good morning and good evening to everyone, guys. So today we are going to have a Fieldglass demo session. So some of you may be coming from SAP Ariba background or vendor management profile side or HR side. So this is really going to be very helpful. And uh, we have Veer with us. Okay, Veer is going to give a in-depth kind of demonstration in SAP Fieldglass, and also he will be discussing the technicality of those aspects which are going to be very helpful to acquire your career and enhance your career in SAP Fieldglass. Okay, so before starting that one, I just want to tell you, like, we are into the training since more than 14 years. We are into SAP trainings, even we are into SAP implementation and support projects as well. Okay, and we are doing only SAP trainings uh, and corporate trainings as well. Okay, we are not involved in any other kind of trainings like Java, Python, and all those things. We are exclusively in SAP trainings, and from last 6 years we are majorly focusing on the cloud solutionings. Okay, yeah. So I just want to tell you a little about Veer, his profile. Okay, he's having more than 17 years of experience altogether. Okay, he is working in SAP Fieldglass since the inception, like since SAP has acquired Fieldglass, right? So since then he's working in SAP Fieldglass, and also he is working in Ariba aspects of Fieldglass as well. Okay, he is a very experienced consultant, has done a lot of implementation and rollout projects in SAP Fieldglass. Also, he has taken many corporate trainings and individual trainings in SAP Fieldglass as well. So hope going forward he's going to be, very good asset for you guys to get in-depth knowledge in Fieldglass training. Okay, so just we'll start the demo session, and it we are expecting this demo to be very interactive. Okay, and if those who are just want to go through the demo session and later on also you want to ask any questions, we can take the questions after the demo session as well. Okay, you can raise your hands and we are going to unmute you. You can come up with your queries over there. Okay, we'll discuss the other processes like registration process and what other services we'll be providing to you. Later on we are going to provide those things. All right, so Veer, I'm going to make you the presenter here now. So over to you. You can present your screen and you can start the demo session.
Hey, hi Raj. So first of all, thank you very much for this brief introduction. So hi also, I'm Veer Jain. I'll be conducting your SAP Fieldglass training from now, and most probably I'm thinking you guys will make a session more interactive. So I'll like if you ask any questions in between also, it's open to ask. Okay, so let's start with what is SAP Fieldglass. So if anyone wants to come up and tell like what you know about SAP Fieldglass, it's fine. What you know or what you consume, like what assumptions are there regarding SAP Fieldglass? Anyone? No silence, please. So silence means I'll tell. See, I'm here to explain
Anand,
what is
take one
SAP Fieldglass,
second.
everything. But I'm hoping to the session to be very interactive. So anything, if let it be wrong, let it be right. We are not here to judge anyone. So I'll just introduce. Like, anyone have any assumptions? Assumptions are also okay. Anyone know what is SAP Fieldglass?
Hello. I think this field class is more advanced than the SAP Arabia
Mm-hmm.
for procurement and tendering.
Okay, good, Soumya. Thanks for that. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. So.
So yeah, SAP Fieldglass is a module for contingent labor. It's used for contingent labor
Correct.
for consulting services and
Correct. So all the definitions are correct, but the whole and soul why we are using SAP Fieldglass is majorly to manage vendors. So SAP Fieldglass is nothing but just a cloud-based vendor management system. Now, what is vendor management system? What is everything? I'm going to explain you in depth. Before that, I'll just have a brief knowledge and background regarding SAP Fieldglass, like why SAP Fieldglass is used, where it is used, and why it is used. So, so in this era, current era, why what companies are expecting? So I'll give you a very simple example to know what is SAP Fieldglass and how it works with contingent workforce management. So everyone is comfortable in English and Hindi, so there should not be a language barrier between the subject. So I'll be switching it between English and Hindi somewhat, but if you resist, we can continue in English as well,
Yeah,
the whole session.
I think some of us are from South India as well,
Oh,
so
okay.
English should
No worries,
be
no worries,
better.
Avraj. I'll cover most probably in English, so somewhere I
Yeah,
can divert
yeah,
in Hindi as well. So fine,
no
fine.
problem. One more
Oh,
thing, like your this one screen is not visible actually.
yeah, okay. Let me share. So I've not shared yet. 1 minute. Just so let me know once it's visible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your screen is visible right
Yeah. And able to see my notepad screen or
now. Your PPT.
PPT. Okay.
Yes.
So it'll come with PPT.
So for other guys like who are seeing a small screen, you can see at your right hand side bottom a pop-out window is there, right? So you can click on that pop-out window, so it would be in a bigger screen mode. Yeah. All right, guys. If anything, any issues, you can connect to me. Yeah, please carry on, Veer. Thank you. Yeah, one second, guys. One second. I think Veer has just got disconnected. I think there is some network issue or something. Veer, are you there? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Raj, for that. So I'll start with a very basic example why you need SAP Fieldglass in your career. Is like if there is a project which is not lasting for a long year, like if there is a project which is ending in 2 years, and you require to develop some application, and for that you need a Python programmer for only for 6 months. So before SAP Fieldglass, what there was a rule like we need to hire it for like an organization need to hire it on a permanent basis. Like for example, there is XYZ company who needs to hire a Python programmer. That organization will hire him or her for whole permanent hiring. Like he'll be part of that organization. But now in this era, if we required a Python programmer to work only for 6 months, okay, so we have an option with SAP Fieldglass that we can hire that Python programmer on contractor basis. Like for example, if we require Python program for 6 months, then he can create his profile only for 6 months, and after 6 months, if the organization wants, we can increase his contract, or if not, we can release him directly. So there came a need of this such platform where we can hire this temporary contractors. So this is where SAP Fieldglass wholly lies upon. So SAP Fieldglass is a cloud-based vendor management system where we have the hiring parts of it does not only manage the contingent workers or contractor, it also hires the service procurements as well. So permanent and temporary both are done in SAP Fieldglass. So this is an advanced module of management system of hiring management system you can call up. It's called a vendor management system. And as names suggest, vendor management system, so in advanced form, it's not only depends on vendor. Okay, it's not only depend on vendor. Now SAP Fieldglass wholly will covering all supplier, vendor, or supplier, you can say. Then you can say buyer as well. So buyer side as well, worker side as well. So for all this we'll use Fieldglass platform for hiring purposes. Okay, coming up to us. So to so Fieldglass manages this workforce on daily basis. Okay, and there are a lot of things we are going to see in Fieldglass. Okay, and this is the and it's not very common to learn. Okay, but it's very simple. I'll show you. I'll go with a demo session now. Anyone have any doubt regarding this SAP Fieldglass? What is SAP Fieldglass? Basically, I consider silence as no, but I am hoping to have some questions from you guys.
So Veer, yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that field glass is for vendor and supplier, right? So field glass itself is a module, or within the field glass there is some module.
So Fieldglass is a cloud-based platform. Inside this, we have three modules. So as I stated, so contingent or temporary workforce module, a service procurement permanent based workers module. So very straightforward example is like hiring. If an organization is hiring on permanent basis, uh, then it may be like service procurement. If he is hiring for 6 months or 1 month on 1 year on contract basis, then we'll be using contingent workforce module. So within the Fieldglass platform, we have these modules.
Okay, we have this module. So what these modules is actually do? They do contracting only, or they do something else?
Yeah. So this covers all your P2P process from
Okay,
hiring to releasing.
okay. Hiring to releasing.
Hiring to releasing, everything you're going to take care. The SAP Fieldglass will take care for whole P2P process. And as stated in this era, SAP Fieldglass is connected with integration. They can connect with HCM modules. They can connect with any other HRIS modules. They can connect with SAP Ariba, SAP Concur, SAP
Mhm.
Success Factors. They can be connected. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So it is
Normally it's integrated with SAP Ariba, right?
most probably yes, but they are now integrating with SAP Success Factors also, SAP Concur also, and SAP S4 HANA as well. So it
Okay.
depends on the project requirements. How, like, if we required only to store some data in and everything is going to handle by SAP Fieldglass, and we require only some storage space, then it will be connected to ERP or S4 HANA. If there is a requirement of procurement and like invoicing approval flows, then it will be connected to SAP Ariba. So in that manner, like, it depends on project to project. What is the requirement of the project? Okay. And anyhow, this is the neat skill, and it's growing like uh, in coming era, like in coming 3 to 4 years, SSP Fieldglass will always be in boom. So everything will be coming under SAP Fieldglass for hiring and firing. Okay. Yeah. So we'll proceed with the contents what we'll be covering in SAP Fieldglass. So anyhow, this is just the one first session. So we'll covering some part in this first session, and then we'll continue with the what do we say, training for each and everything. Each and everything will be covered in this training regarding SAP Fieldglass. So we'll cover what SAP is, how the SAP homepage looks like, what are the features we are using within the SAP, how SAP Fieldglass can be configured, what are fields are there to be configured, what are business rules are there, what is company setup and configuration done in SAP Fieldglass, how it is working, the very working modules like how the data transfer has take places, and everything like whatever we can do in hiring. There comes lot of things come under it, like if you see for hiring, it doesn't depend on like we hire and then it's end. So it includes rates, everything rate structure. It includes what service you are doing, what work you are doing, till what time you are doing what. This everything will be covered under SAP Fieldglass, maintained and managed under SAP Fieldglass. So these are the configuration parts which will be looking up in upcoming sessions, what how SAP can be configured. Okay.
Sorry, Veer, you mentioned this module topics like
Mhm.
configuration part 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
So this one we are going to discuss within this topic, right? Oh,
Yeah,
within
yeah,
this.
in upcoming sessions this all everything will be covered.
Okay.
in deeply manner. So this is just a high level context picture, and this everything will be covered in deepest level in our upcoming sessions.
So these configurations, part 1, 2, 3, 4, these coming to these three modules which you just mentioned before.
So it depends on the module specific. So these are all common admin configuration part of a SAP Fieldglass. So in this, some requires for service procurement, some requires for contingent workforce module, and some are like common for both. So for
Okay,
example,
can you
Mhm.
specify which one required for
Okay,
which?
so
Yeah.
so I'll just go with some part with details. So user is just like an user role, what access you have in Fieldglass system, that is common for both, not specific to the module. Okay, supplier we have specific to the module, like what supplier it is. For example, suppliers can be for IT firm, for commerce firm, for financial firms. These all suppliers are segregated in this system. How we configure the system. Okay, company structure is again the common one. What legal entity we are using. Okay, what cost centers. I'll describe these terms in upcoming sessions. What cost centers we are using. Messaging, again, what messages goes, like messaging can be done by email as well. So what messages are going out from Fieldglass, what notifications are triggering. So everything we are going to take care in next session. So coming up, I'll show you like what are specific. So if you see and admin configuration part, this worker role. So this is just related to the worker parts. And if you see service one, this is only related to the service procurement one. And worker is just related to the CW module. Okay.
Okay, SEW.
Yeah, CW. Yep.
Okay.
Coming up to the next, like part 4, there is a reporting part that is again common, depends on the module what you're using. SOW model, CW model. Integration is again that combined with CW and SOW. Actually there are three models. I'll come up with that. So there are three models. I'll tell you what is the
So
difference. And
within the three modules, we have only these configurations in Fieldglass, right?
yes, but within this configuration there is lot of thing we can do. Like there are n numbers of thing we can do within this configuration.
Like let's say we have Ariba, right? In upstream, we
Mhm.
have sourcing contract, and there is
Correct.
a templates, and
Mm,
a lot of things
correct.
there.
Yeah, we
So
have in this as well.
okay, okay,
So these
okay.
are just the high level naming convention of this admin config. Under you suppliers, we have supplier invitation part. We have vendor management part. We have like vendor master data. Under company structure, we go with what we say legal entity, business unit, site, location, cost centers, these things. So these are
So
just the
this
high level.
okay, okay. So this admin configurations is a standard naming, or you just put the admin
No, these are
configuration?
the standard namings. These are the standard namings.
Okay, okay.
Hello, Veer. Good evening. How are you? This is Kamran Alvi speaking.
Doing good. Good evening. How are you?
I am fine. I just want to know that as I am SAP FICO consultant and along with I did uh, TRM and CLM. So
Hmm.
just I would like to know that how this SAP field glass content will effectively utilize if I take its training.
Hmm. So, first of all, taking training doesn't means like you'll be what you say. It will always be connected to FICO side. So I'm not very exactly sure what FICO modules you are using and whether SAP Fieldglass is connected to it. And
Yes,
definitely for sure, SAP Fieldglass will be connected to any of the FICO system in future. That is for sure.
yes. The thing is, as I told that FI in FI, the thing is once you started your lecture, I found that it is related to the vendor,
Hmm.
right? So the thing is, once we talk in any module like FI
Hmm.
or MM or SD or any module, so there are the vendors because we have to
Correct.
the payment to the vendors, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
the thing is that the thing is almost finance is the core thing, right? So that's why
Yes.
I asked with you.
So. coming up to that point, SAP Fieldglass also handles financial data. If you see in WinConfig part 2, will be also covering the financial data. What financial data is required in SAP Fieldglass? What data flows from SAP Fieldglass to any X systems or X systems? I can say Ariba system or your FICO system. What and how you can procure that data and how you can use that data, store that data. Everything will be covered in that.
Okay, got it. So is it for consultant, or what job category is associated to this SAP field glass content?
Okay, so SAP, as you know, it's very neat skill. You can be a consultant, you can be a pro, you can be a integration, what we say, integration master. You can be configuration manager here, or you can say like how you can configure the system in a such a way that your data from SAP Fieldglass flows successfully to your FICO system, or how you can manage your financial data. Like for example, under financial data we have invoicing, adjusting, what we say again, rate structure as well we can define, and adjustment groups are there, invoicing is there. We'll see everything in this financial data. Then you can it can be very easy for you to link that with FICO systems.
Okay, sir. If you're talking about the financial data, so data will basically flow in each module from FI to CO or TRM, any.
Mhm,
So, what is the core objective of this SAP field glass? So,
mhm.
what is the main niche of this software?
So, as you know, Fieldglass is basically the vendor management system. So, in FICO, you will be seeing the vendor management, or we'll say from start to end of vendor hiring processes. This cannot be done in FICO systems. As far as I am know, and I know and I am concerned, you cannot
Yes,
do
you are right.
vendor
Yeah,
management, or you cannot
exactly.
hire and fire every. You cannot do vendor changes in FICO systems.
Yes,
So
yes,
for
you
this,
are right.
correct. So for each and everything what I mentioned now, we can do it with SAP Fieldglass.
Okay, okay. Means
So
once the vendor are created, so after that you can manage all those vendors.
correct. So you're also well known. Like project doesn't run only on finance. It's a core part. I'm saying that it's a core part. Financial is a core part, but it doesn't run whole and soul with a core part like financial. It needs different vendors, different buyers, different workers who can work on the sites. Then comes your financial data, where you'll be work and like what worker will be paid, how it will be paid, how it will be invoiced. That comes under financial data. What amount is paid, and what are the taxes systems, that all come under financial data. But before and after that, like before financial data, it's like hiring of vendors, hiring of correct job seekers means worker. So for example, if I want to hire a Python programmer, as I said earlier, so what Fieldglass system works very simply, I'll say you, it looks within different organizations. Or there is also an MSP. MSP is a managed service provider, which is a third party who searches the best power Python programmer for you between different organization. Is it takes the like whole hiring process happens, like it takes the interview, it can compare between the two candidates, then it can finalize like this is the best fit for that job, and then it is hired. So it's I'll say it doesn't depend whole and soul on financial data. The whole project depends on P2P process, I'll say, not only on financial structure. So there where Fieldglass is introduced to have this process smoothly, whole P2P process in a project. Clear,
Okay, sir,
Ali,
got
or
it.
you have
Yes, it is clear that you will monitor procurement to payment process. So
whole and
procurement
soul?
to the part,
Correct.
yeah, procurement to the part of MM, and payment will be the part of FI.
FI or ERP, you like you know much better than me. FI.
No, 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 sir. You are teacher. You know better than me. So we have to monitor all the data which flow, and we manage everything.
Yeah, got it. Yep. So this all thing we can manage and configure and in Fieldglass. So there's not only one thing we can do. So there are a lot of configurations. We can set up the whole Fieldglass system according to our rules and regulations, what an organization wants. So there are different Fieldglass tenants. So tenants is like an, what I can say you, so each organization cannot have a same field glass with same configuration. Okay, so there might be a different requirement. So for example, Ali came and he asked me he need a field glass with this configuration, XYZ configuration, where someone else will come, he will tell me like, I want a field glass system where only I can manage, where I don't need buyers, I don't need workers, nothing, only I need to. So we need to give him a separate field glass tenant. Okay, so he can configure the Fieldglass system in his way, and he can use them. So these are all, there are all the different tenants depend on the organization how they want to configure, and this all configuration depends on the organization how they want the project to be run, and this all can be done in Fieldglass system. Yeah, so and why I just put it the admin configuration part in the start, because these are the base, this is the base of SAP Fieldglass. Configuration is the base of SAP Fieldglass. After configurations, you like, if you have any idea of configuration, then we'll move to the what is service module, what is contingent. It will be very easy. I'll show you what service model is, what contingent model in this demo, then you decide. It's very easy. Like service model is easy, contingent module is easy, profile, there is another module, profile worker module. I'll be coming to that as well. So apart from this, we can have the analytics module also. And what is analytical module is like, you can have reporting as well in Fieldglass. Okay, whatever data you require, you can configure and you can fetch a report from SAP Fieldglass, whatever data is there in Fieldglass. So it's not like you may have some questions like why we need reporting, there might be only very less data, but no. If you want anything in the SAP Fieldglass, there is a lot of thing to be configured, there is a lot of data saved and lot of data configured. Whatever you want, you can remove this, you can fetch this by reporting in SAP Fieldglass. Okay. And as coming to the next module, there is a worker module. I'll let you know what it is. And as a Fieldglass invoicing part, I'll just go with the invoicing part as well in upcoming sessions. And configuration manager, like how the data flows from one system, from SAP Fieldglass to other system. For example, we'll say Ariba as of now. How the data flows and how the data is downloaded within the Fieldglass. Everything we'll be seeing in upcoming sessions. Okay. So moving
So,
on.
Veer, I
Yeah.
have question.
Yeah.
So normally, let take example of Ariba. So normally, Ariba integrated with the ECC S4 or any ERP
Correct.
system.
Yep.
So is there like for field glass? Is there any is there any connection, or we can just integrate to any system?
We can integrate to SAP ERP directly, SAP S4HANA directly. We can integrate to SAP Ariba, SAP SuccessFactor as well. So it depends. As I earlier said, it
Mm.
depends on the project and the requirement where
Okay.
you need to integrate and what exact data you need. So as you, I'm not sure like anyone from Ariba side who can help with the approval flow. For most probably we use Ariba spend management for approval flows. So with correct routing of approval flow, we use invoicing in Ariba.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it depends on every organization and project requirements. So what needs to be done and where it needs to be integrated.
So let's say,
And
for example, sorry, I'm taking time. So
no
we
worries,
have
no worries.
SAP ECC, right?
Mm-hmm,
So my organization don't know, so they are implementing field glass, right?
mm-hmm.
So how I can suggest like why we need to integrate field glass with ECC?
Sorry, didn't get, like, you want to integrate SAP Fieldglass with your ECC, is
ECC
it?
and my organization don't know, and they are implementing field glass,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know like if they integrate to ECC or not.
But what is the requirement? So main thing I'll ask is what is the specific requirement of project, and like why you just want to store the data, or you just want for invoicing as well, or you just want to like do all the stuff in ERP. So it's like dependent on project requirements. So it's like we can do everything in ERP as well, but we cannot manage vendor over there.
Okay, okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So that was the content we'll be seeing all over this training sessions. And today I'll just kept few things which we can discuss more about the SAP Fieldglass and modules in SAP Fieldglass. So as I stated, there are three modules: service module, CW is a contingent workforce module, and there is a PW profile worker module. I'll tell you why what profile worker is, and why I'm not very much keen, like why I'm not very much forcing you to know about profile module. It's very important part, and it is used in every organization, but there are some twists. I'll let you know when we reach to profile worker module. Okay, before that, anyone have any doubts, or anyone want to come up and tell like what SAP, as I already explained what SAP Fieldglass is, and uh, anyone want to come forward and tell like what is vendor management system? There is already, I've already shared it, but if anyone want to add up anything, they can go ahead. Otherwise, I'll continue.
Veer, I have small query here,
Yeah,
small
go ahead.
yeah. So you mean here the vendor will be something like a daily wage worker or someone like that who does some physical work for us every day or on daily basis or maybe some weekly basis. And whenever that weekly contract with that vendor closes, then we can that vendor code can be deleted from the system. That's what is the vendor in Fieldglass?
You are partially correct, but I'll need to correct you a small correction. So supplier are only the thing who supplies the worker. They do not work it.
Okay.
So for example, I'll tell you, if you
Means
want.
there'll be a vendor sort of guy who will supply you physical labor. So based
Correct.
on that, if the company wants 50 physical labor every day, he will
Mhm.
supply physical labor, and
He
that
will.
will be given as a service in SAP.
That will give us service in SAP. Correct. And they
Okay.
all this will be managed in SAP Fieldglass. Like who is the supplier, who are the workers, what work they are doing, like every day at what time they are logging, what time they're exiting, and how many hours. For example,
Okay.
I'll tell you, as you we know in IT there are 9 hours maximum. So we need to track that 9 hours. So what
Okay.
work will be done by the workers,
So
how much time they will take for that completing that work.
so some sort of vendor management mixed with the timesheets or
Correct.
HR module together. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
We manage timesheet modules as well, expense sheet as well. I'll tell you all that in upcoming sessions, how we can do it. So that all will be covering in worker module. So worker can submit timesheets in Fieldglass.
Okay. Sorry, but one more query. So, do we work as a functional consultant, or do we need to confirm this CAG integration with the other systems also?
So it depends on your, as I earlier said, depends on the project. You can here be a functional consultant, configuration manager as well. So who configuration manager is nothing but you. If I say if an organization requires an SAP Fieldglass system, and you
Okay.
know the configuration part, you can configure SAP Fieldglass and let hand over to them as well.
Okay.
And
Thank
also coming up to the integration part, if you want to work with CIG and integration part, there is also like connectors and integration from SAP Fieldglass. The data goes out to ERP systems as well. So everything can be done. It depends on your expertise and your knowledge, like how you will grasping it further.
Okay. So, will you be giving us some that integration knowledge also?
Yes, so we that will be included under configuration manager. I'll show
Okay.
you like in Fieldglass how we can set up a connector, or how we can link the integration from SAP Fieldglass to some other system.
Okay.
That
Thank you.
also will be
Thanks,
covered.
Veer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so as earlier stated, so you might hear some words, common words in SAP Fieldglass are external workforce, service procurement, vendor management systems. So these are all the common words which are using in SAP Fieldglass. So external workforce is nothing but if you want to hire someone from different organization, and you're occupying that person to our organization, that is known as external workforce. Okay. So I'll coming it in very simple language as well. For example, as I earlier stated, I'm repeating it again. If you want a Python programmer who need on a contractual basis for only 6 months, and if you hire that Python programmer as a freelancer, that will be your external workforce to your organization. This is the very simple meaning of external workforce. Service procurement, coming up to this service procurement, is nothing but if you want someone to work with your organization permanently. For example, if you take an any consultant, like for example, you can take TCS. If you're hired for TCS, that is on permanent basis. So it's not on contractual basis. So that is the service procurement. Unless and until you give up or you leave the organization, you will be with that organization. An external workforce is on contract basis, like we required you for 1 year, and after 1 year the contract will get over. So that is what external workforce is. Okay, coming to vendor management system, as already stated, this manages this vendor managers management system will manage this external workforce and service procurement for the organizations, and will tracking all the timesheets, expenses, payment processing, onboarding, sourcing, onboarding of suppliers, onboarding of workers, activities. So activities, coming up to activities, I'll just let you know what are the activities. So if you join any X organization, you have some activities to complete. For example, you say there might be rules and regulation, you complete some trainings and all basic trainings. So that are all the activities what you needs to be completed in Fieldglass. Okay, so coming up to VMS, we are just exploring as vendor management system. So just to let you know, in Fieldglass, we have advanced technique. Like vendor management is not related only to the suppliers; it is also extended to the buyer side and worker side as well. So this all words you'll be grasping it very soon, like job posting. So buyer uses vendor management system to create the job posting. Okay, I'll tell you what the job posting is. Okay, what the SOW is, everything in upcoming sessions in detail. This is just a high level information what you need to know about VMS. Okay, so supplier also use VMS to review this job posting, submit their job seekers. So as we stated, like supplier will submit the workers. So for that we need a SAP platform as a VMS. So how this is how supplier uses this VMS. Worker also uses VMS. So on the same platform we have worker logins as well. To the main purpose of worker, if for example there is a worker, say Joy, he has worked for a month with an organization. So for that month, he will need to submit the timesheet. Like in a month he worked from Monday to Friday, like 4 weeks. There was Saturday Sunday gap. So for those Monday to Friday, he need to submit a timesheets. I hope everyone is assigned to any organization. They're submitting timesheets. So in the similar way, we have timesheet module in SAP Fieldglass as well, where worker can submit their timesheets. And this submitted timesheet, this buyer side or supplier side, both buyer and supplier can track the timesheet what worker has submitted. So this is where VMS lies between the to help for buyer, supplier, and worker, all three. These are the terms like what we are using. As I earlier stated, external workforce for CW model procurement is P2P whole your procurement from buy to sell. Okay, service procurement nothing but a procurement for by an organization on a permanent basis. So theoretical part don't worry about it. I'll be sharing this PPT with you. The main purpose and agenda is everyone should know what SAP Fieldglass is. That is very keen. Like terms you can go with the very deep theory from anywhere or from PPT as well. So conceptually everyone should be cleared. That is the whole agenda. Any doubt in this BMS? If not, I'll proceed with the modules. Okay, I'll consider silence as no. So I explained everything what is service procurement CW module. Anyone interested to let me know a small difference in service module? Anything you can, if you remember, or if you want to come up with service module and CW module. And it's nothing like I'm calling out anyone, or it's not like that, but it's like the session should be interactive.
Yeah, Anant, you want to say something? You raise your hand.
Okay, no worries. I'll go forward. I'm expecting few things from you. I'll tell you what they are. Okay, so a service module is nothing but there we create an SOW for service module. So there are the two different process for CW and SOW. So first we'll see very high level for service module or SOWs. Then we'll go with CW. Okay, so in service module, buyer utilizes something called as SOW, that is known as statement of work. That is the outline of project scopes, timeline, deliverables. Sorry. So what SOW is? It's just an outline or outline map, like what is the project, who will be working at what time they will be working, what is the duration of the project, what is the name of the project, and how many headcounts are like how many workers we required, or how many we say employees we required to complete this project. Okay, so this everything is defined in SOW. We will also proceed in upcoming sessions with creation of this SOW. This creations will be very interesting to learn. Like it will be what I say, a very joy to know like what all we can do, because the configuration of SAP Fieldglass is such a way like you'll enjoy doing it. I'll sure on that, like you'll enjoy doing this creation part in when the systems are handy. Okay, so what are the advantages of using these external resources? So as I this all is already discussed, like organization may require skills or knowledge that lie outside their internal expertise. We gave an example of Python programmer here. By using service procurement, company can concentrate on their core business functions. Service procurement, you already know, the permanent employees of the organizations. Okay, this all thing we can do in SAP Fieldglass SOW module. Okay, so this is the high level of contract definition, like outline of the scope of work, what work will be done, when the work will be completed, what will the result from that work. Okay, so there are three methods to create this SOW. So buyer can create the SOW, supplier can create the SOW, or there might be a collaboration between buyer and supplier. So both can define the SOW. Okay, any doubt till here?
So where can supplier define the SOW? Like
Yes.
they can manually like that. Okay, yeah. So
No,
yeah,
so I'll give a bit information on that if you ask. So what is the sin? The creation process always lies with the hiring manager or the buyer side, the SOW. So
okay.
what is this supply defined? I'll let you know. See, if buyer side creates the SOW, okay, he'll just create a very basic draft of SOW. Okay, then the job of supplier in supplier defined SOW is he needs to give all the information which we stated here, like what work will be done, when the work will be completed, what will be the results, what will be the headcount of that SOW, what will be the budget of that SOW. This everything will be defined by buyer in sorry, supplier in supplier defined, and in buyer defined, buyer will define these things, like what is the budget of SOW, what is the headcount of SOW, what work will be done, when it will be completed. And in buyer and supplier, what happens is buyer first defined a very draft status, like how many workers are there, headcounts of worker, what work will be done, and then it goes with supplier whether he can approve it or not. So if supplier is fine with that, then supplier accept that SOW. If not, he can edit that SOW and change few things. Like for example, I'll say you, like buyer gave they want 10 headcounts or 10 employees or 10 workers to work in that project, but supplier defines that no, it's not possible to give 10, we'll only go with 5 or 6. Then supplier can edit that SOW and go with 5 or 6 headcount workers, and then it again go with the buyer to approve it, whether he is okay with 5 or 6. Okay, so in this way there is a collaboration between buyer and supplier in buyer and supplier defined. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so the main agenda is to be clear, and like everyone should know the context of SAP Fieldglass. That is the main motive. So I'm okay with all the questions coming. Okay.
Yeah, because Anant is unable to, voice out his questions over there because there is some audio issue at his side. So he has posted,
Okay. Oh, okay.
message here. My background is from Success Factors. Do you have coding part in SAP Fieldglass? I don't think so. There is a coding part, right?
So it's a no code, low code. I'll just let you know. No code, low code. So means like we have integration part, but we have coding. It's not it's not there, but very less. So I'll come with that part also. Anand, thanks for making it loud. So to create the XSL templates. So I'll come with that in later part. To create this template, we required HTML programming as well. But it depends. Like this, most probably this will be well defined and user predefined templates which we can use directly. If not, if we need some changes, we can do that as well. Uh, I'll come there during XSL template. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure whether Anant is clear or not. So 99% SAP Fieldglass is a code free. 1% I'll show you where we required coding, and that is
He's
also not
saying
very
like,
related.
yeah, he's saying like, I think, yeah, he's saying it's very clear. He's saying because we work on XML templates in Success
Correct.
Factors.
Correct. So XML XSS template, most of the thing will do this template creation for invoicing part. I'll let you know. I'll show you when in upcoming sessions what we can do and what is the code and how it is how it is programmed. I'll show you everything during the upcoming sessions. But yeah, 99% it's a low code, no code one.
Yeah, he said he got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Anand. So I want everyone to just look at this picture for 2 minutes, and anyone can explain me what this service module exactly how it works. So this is the simplest form I can explain you how the service module works, and I hope this is very clear, very. Just go through it and for a minute, let's see. And there is no simplest form than this you will get to know for service module or CW module.
So the process is first create SOW
Correct, correct,
through hiring manager, and then it will go to suppliers, right? And
correct,
you accept, and then back to hiring manager, and then go for approval, and then add worker. Okay.
correct. So
So,
this is the simplest flow diagram I can have for you. And in the left hand side, you can also see whom in the organization have the authority to create or to approve these things. So let me explain you how it works. The workflow is very simple. This is the very simplest diagram I'll tell you. So the very first process in the SOW module or service procurement module is to creation of SOW. This all will be seeing this practically in upcoming session, but this is the high level flow diagram I can explain. Creation of SOW, which hiring manager will create an SOW with all the details for required for the project, like what are the headcounts, what work will be done when, what is the duration of this project, what is the name of this project, and other things. There are a lot of things. We'll discuss this is like a very high level. Then once this SOW is created by hiring manager, it goes with supplier to review and accept. So it depends. Now here the comes what it is defined, like if it is a buyer defined, supplier defined, or supplier buyer collaborative defined. So in same way, supplier will accept that SOW. Once this SOW is accepted it or reviewed, it will again go with the hiring manager, like supplier has accepted that SOW. And once it is accepted by supplier, hiring manager or buyer side, we can suggest, accepts that SOW. Once this is accepted, there are few approval flows as well in Fieldglass which we can set up and configure. Like for example, if it is already accepted by hiring manager, we can set up like if there is a third party involved, there is also a third party MSP involved in SAP Fieldglass. We want their approval as well, so we can add the approval flow in the similar way, or program office or higher authority who can approve this SOW. Once this approval process is completed, supplier gets informed like the SOW is now an completely approved status. Then supplier is free to add their workers to the SOW. Once this SOW, once these workers are added, supply, and just remember one thing, only supplier can add workers to the SOW. None other buyer side cannot add workers to the SOW. If you have also, you need to give suggestions to supplier, like we have this candidate and they need to be hired from supplier end only. That is for sure in Fieldglass. Okay, once the supplier adds the worker, hiring manager or buyer side reviews those candidates submitted by supplier, they can have multiple things to do. They can have interview, they can have comparison between 2 or 3 employees submitted, and they can finalize which employees would most suitable for this SOW project. Once they are approved and hired, then comes the worker in the place. So then the registration link goes to the worker and they need to register themselves. So there is an email triggered for registration. Worker then register in SAP Fieldglass. Okay. Once they register, they do their jobs every weekly, as it is configured weekly or daily or monthly. They can submit their timesheets and expense sheets. So expense sheets are nothing but, you might already know, there are some travel expenses, food expenses that company offers you. So that also can be submitted in SAP Fieldglass. Once this is submitted, these are all verified by the hiring manager. Once they are also again went to approval flows. Okay, once that are completely approved, they get invoiced. Once they are invoiced, they get paid for this invoice. So for example, a worker submitted 100 rupees claim for their food expenses. So they submit an expense sheet, it gets approved by hiring manager or buyer side will say. Once it is approved, then this it get, so invoice is generated obviously. So 100 rupees invoice is generated, and then the buyer pays to the supplier and worker accordingly. This is the simplest process of service model, divided into 3 parts as you can see clearly. First is procure, second is engage, and third one is payment or pay. Okay, procure is nothing but all creation process and approval process for SOW specific. Okay, engage is nothing but engaging the workers to that SOW and submission of their expenses or timesheets. Okay, once it is done, pay is nothing but payback from buyer to supplier or worker accordingly, based on their timesheets and expense sheet. Any doubt in this process? This is the simplest process, and I hope like it should be clear. But if there are any doubts, you can ask on this.
So normally on practical life, how this approval flow for SOW is like very big, or it's just like one or two
No.
person?
So, as I stated, if there are only program officers or higher authority, so it depends on budget as well. So
Mm-hmm.
there are SOW flows, or we can say approval flows set up in configuration as well. If you see, 1 minute, let me go with this. Huh, I'll tell you. And if you see admin config part 2 workflow is there right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
under this there is a tab, we'll say what we say approval group flow. Okay, so in that we can set up this approval flow.
Okay.
Okay, so it also depends on the budget. So if SOW is budgeting more than 1000K or more than I say 1 million project, it's a big project, then it will
Okay.
go with
Okay.
additional approvers who have
Correct.
the authorities to approve. So that
Same like Ariba, so it
same
will.
like Ariba, we have DOFA indent and
Hmm.
owner approval, everything. So same like we
Okay.
can set up in Fieldglass as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is just only the text, or we'll say brief description. Any other doubt anyone has in this flow diagram or this three parts: procure, engage, and pay? I think this is nothing but just a brief explanation of procure, engage, and pay, what we saw in that diagram. Okay. So you see, like same thing, I have written it down in a very simple. So just let you know, this is not a very deep what I've written, but it's very clear. Like what I have written, it's in very simplest language what I can convert into. Okay, coming. So any doubt in this service module or workflow diagram? So just to be clear, if you are thinking like there is only this much workflow diagram, then you are bit wrong. So just this is just an high level diagram how the process works. So there are a lot of things inside this we can configure and we need to monitor. Okay, any doubt in this service module? Silence mean I'll take it as no. So this is just a brief description what we have seen now. There are three stages: procure, engage, and pray. In procure, what happens? SOW creation process, approval process. In engage, we are engaging a worker within the SAP Fieldglass and how they are submitting. So just to highlight one more thing, I'll highlight it afterwards as well. So if you see there is a mark characteristics as complete. So we have for SOW modules we have two characteristics extra, that are fees and schedule, which can be defined in SOW. Okay, so fees are predefined in SOW. We can create fee, generate invoice for them. I'll show you after in upcoming sessions. Another is schedules. Schedules also we can add at any time in the SOW if we want, and we can get invoice as well. I'll tell you what are fees and schedule in upcoming sessions. So this all there are four things which we can invoice: fees, schedules for SOW, time sheets and expense sheets for CW and SOW up to some extent. Okay, pay is nothing but we can pay the supplier or workers. So there are two things here. There may also add an MSP or a third party. So what is MSP? I'm just repeating things: MSP, 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 but I'll let you know what MSP is. So there are some things like how I'll explain you in simple ways. The best way is LinkedIn. So if you want some job opportunities, so where you go? If you want one job in TCS, where you go? You never go directly with TCS and communicate, hey, I want job, if there any opening. So there is a third party called LinkedIn, or there is Naukri as well as of now. So you apply on this. This is the third. They are the third parties where you can share your profile, see where are the openings. If there is an opening in SAP Fieldglass, what position the opening is. So this is the MSP, like third party. LinkedIn is acting as a third party to hire. Okay, so there is
So
a
so
hmm.
so this could be freelancer or MSP, right?
Correct. Not like not surely there can be like you cannot say like LinkedIn is a freelancer.
No, no, no.
So
Like So SOW also can get the individual as well, right? An individual person, or it's only through like a third party.
No. So, see, uh, sometimes I'll let you know with a very good example. Sometimes what happens if you want job in TCS, you go via LinkedIn and you search if there are any openings in TCS at what positions they are opening. Okay. Secondly, what happens is if TCS has the opening, okay, it reaches out to you via email like we have the opening. Are you interested? This also happens, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So there are both way we can do. So if supplier already have the candidate who can serve Python programming, they submit it directly. If supplier is in search of Python programmer who like they want some experts who is expert in Python programming, they'll go with third party, ask X company like if they just search out for us some good employees who are good in Python programming, we can pay you this much amount. So MSP also have their commission based. So MSP are generally commission based. So if supplier is getting 100 rupees, it pays 5 rupees to MSP to find the correct candidate for the position if they are not having it. So in
Hmm.
this way, the third party MSP works.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming up to CW model, which is the heart of SAP Fieldglass, we'll say. So most of the SAP Fieldglass goes with contingent module and contract based workers only.
So sorry, Veer. So we can have certifications for each modules for SAP Fieldglass, or it's all together.
No. So we have service procurement module, we have contingent workforce module, advanced module, integration module. You are asking about certification based on like proper SAP certification you're asking.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So there are divided into two, which is service procurement and CW module.
Okay. Okay. There is two certification through SAP,
Yeah,
which covered everything.
which covers everything.
Okay.
Everything I'm covering now, you'll get to know. You are very good to learn SAP Fieldglass. Like if you get till the end of the training, you'll be very good in SAP Fieldglass. That I can guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, for CW process, I'm going to show you the simplest workflow. Just go through it, and this time I'm not going to explain. Any one of you can explain what the workflow means to you and how did you get and like what you understand from this workflow. Okay, it's the same one and simplest one. Just go through it for a couple of minutes, and just anyone can come up stating what they understand from this. Yeah, I hope everyone gone through this image workflow diagram toward this. So anyone like to just have some few, what do we say, spotlight and what you are understood from this workflow?
We regarding contingent labors, my understanding is it's for temporary labor and contract based worker, right? So hiring manager
100%.
create job posting and then review and then go there and then but I just want to know that the common thing between service SOW and contingent worker like CW. So they both have the common thing, I think, for temporary laborers and contract based worker.
Yeah, so they can be hired, they can submit timesheets, they can work for a project. These are all the common things, but the process is bit different for both. Getting it? So to give you the best example, what I have learned from this IT industry is like if you have with a permanent employee with an organization, you already need to serve notice period, or there is a probation period for 6 months or 12 months. A rare case can happen if you don't have, but you have at least 2 to 3 months of notice period. You have probation period in uh, permanent workers or service procurement. And contractual basis, you do not need to worry of this all. It's like you have 1 year contract, you sign the contract, you work on it 1 year, and then you're free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope everyone gone through this diagram. Anyone would like to come up and explain what you understood, or anyone can explain me the whole workflow diagram? So it's bit interacting. I know you might have understood, but you're very bit shy to come up. But it's nothing to worry. Everyone needs to understand how it works. That's why I'm calling if you can explain. Otherwise, I'm there to explain. So nobody understood, is it?
No, no, it's not like that. Uh,
Just kidding. This is very fun and interactive. So
actually, this is I used to work in ERP and SAP, and this
uh,
is just little bit different, but the similar way it's procure to pay is here.
yes.
The only thing that you are saying this is for short duration. That I don't understand why it is short duration.
Not for short duration. So
Yeah.
it depends on so as I stated earlier also, see if you have project in hand, so best thing I'll tell, if you need to construct a building, okay,
Mm,
so you give a contract to someone for a year and he gives you the time like your building will be ready in 1 year, okay, then you need a civil engineer who can guide this building, the structure of this building.
mm,
Okay, then there comes your CW model. You'll hire, you'll pay him only for 1 year, right? You're not going to keep him for long till long term. You'll only keep it for him for 1 year. After your building is done, and if you you'll let him go, right? You'll not pay him after that, right? Similar way CW models work. So if there is a project only for a year or 2 year, they need some experts. They'll hire on freelancing basis or on temporary basis to the expertise. They'll hire them for year or 2 year. Maybe it depends on different firm to firm. IT industry also have freelancers. You might know. So they hire him for that short durations, and in future also I'll tell you now only this system is going to be changed and it will be on CW model. So if I am running a project, I'll hire few candidates only on contract basis to complete this project. If my project is done, I'll let them go. This is the module currently what we say, very बहुत चल रहा है मतलब अभी in US and UK side. They're only hiring on contract basis with CW module. what their point is, why to pay an employee extra if I don't have any work? If I have work for 1 year, I'll only hire him for 1 year and I'll let them go. If I want, I can extend. If I don't want, if I get another project, I'll hire some another freelancer on that. This is the model very emerging now in UK, US. So, and most probably it will be all over market in India as well in coming 3 to 4 years. So, and most probably this will be done on SAP Fieldglass only. So there is no competitor for SAP Field. There is one only which is now established, known as Workday. If I'm not sure whether how many of you know Workday. I'm also not very keen about Workday, but it's just it has been it came to market, don't have those advanced features what SAP provide, because SAP is in market for very long, and they're extending this SAP Fieldglass also, like every 6 months they have some updates, they have some enhancements. So that is very interesting of SAP. Like every 6 months they do some changes. They have some new things to do. They have more advanced techniques or more easier process than other systems. And there is no, like I'll say, not Workday also. It's not very close to SAP Fieldglass also. So SAP Fieldglass will be always be in boom for next 4 to 5 years. That is for sure.
Okay. One more thing. Is there any limit of volume of work, volume of contracts in this
Nope, nope, nope. You can create n numbers of contracts, n numbers of project. So
Okay.
what I let me highlight one thing. So you created a project for 2 years, for example, from 2023 to 2025. Okay, so you'll start your project, you'll end your project in 2025. So once your project is closed, SAP Fieldglass keep that project and all the data for 3 to 4 months. Every 6 months, they'll see like if the SOW is closed for 6 months, they'll erase that data if that is already done. So there is they'll always erase back data that is not required. Will always known as that cleanup activities that will be taken care of. So it's like you can create, you can close, you can do everything. You can what we say, erase that data what is not required, but that is done under very cautious process. Cleanup activity is done under very cautious process to make sure like no existing data get erased off.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So moving on, let let me take this over. So in as in service procurement, we have creation of SOWs and all. So similarly, in CW model, we go with job posting. So job posting is nothing but high level of what is required. For example, I required a Python programmer. So I'll create a job post as a hiring manager. I'll create a job posting and state that I required a Python programmer. He should have some experience, 1 year experience in Python programming. He should have, for as of now, what we say, he should have clear 12 with 60%. So this all criteria comes under job posting. So job posting also include what rate we are going to provide to that supplier or worker who is going to work. So every detail we get in job posting, and in such a way the draft of job posting is created and it is reviewed by program office or buyer side. We can say like what is there everything, every data present in job posting, then it is submitted to supplier to see. Okay, the supplier then sees the job posting, what is required, and then he submits the job seeker. Job seekers are nothing but the workers here who will be working for buyers or hiring managers or that project. Okay, so supplier submit to job seekers. Those job seekers are reviewed, interviewed, or we say compared between, if there are multiple job seekers, they are compared and they get selected on the basis of their interview. Okay, so once they are selected, what we say, SOW worker are created in service procurement. Similarly, a work order is created. Work order is nothing but an work order ID of a worker. Okay, once it is created, it is approved by programmers, and similarly, as we seen in service procurement model also, sub worker get an registration link or email, we'll say. Then worker register, submit timesheets and work on the project, submit timesheets and expenses that are approved by hiring managers and other, if required any additional approval, they get approved, and then the invoice is generated. So invoice also there are two types now. If you have seen, so in Fieldglass we support mostly it is auto invoiced, but there are also some manual invoicing. I'll tell you the difference. Like what we say, I'll tell you the difference when we go in invoicing part. Okay, what is the difference between manual and auto and how it is done and who does it? Okay, so any doubt in this CW module? You didn't understand the process or any additional thing you need to ask? Or any suggestions like why this is not there in CW model and it's there in SOW or vice versa?
Yeah, Anant is asking few queries here. I just want to
Okay.
help.
Yeah.
Uh, he's saying Fieldglass was very old module, I guess.
Mhm.
How long Fieldglass in market upcoming years?
So
Yes,
Fieldglass
very
was established in
like,
1999, if I'm not wrong.
yes, yes. But after SAP has procured this one,
Mhm.
acquired Fieldglass, they have made a lot of changes, and they
Yes.
are investing a lot of time, efforts, and they have a very clear roadmap,
Yes.
taking this product to a very niche, making it a very niche product. And
Yes.
the Workday in the market is also a very old one, but
Mhm.
Workday is lagging in so many other areas. Now you have
Yes.
very rightly, CW is the module where the futuristic hiring is going to happen,
Hmm.
right? So that's really going to be very helpful if somebody is getting into SAP Fieldglass career. So the future is very bright, I guess, and
Yes.
for the next 10 to 15 years it may be very helpful. No
Hey,
technology right like this one, but we
SAP.
are expecting with the
Hmm.
roadmap of SAP
Correct.
Fieldglass. That is my opinion. You can put a light on that one, Veer.
Yeah, correct, Raj. So just to extend this as I stated, SAP field is going to be boom. The main reason is SAP never discourages. It always encourages with new features and in SAP field. For every 6 months, they bring up with something new, and there are a lot of things we can and the main thing about SAP Fieldglass is it's very user friendly and it's user configurable. Like how we say, there are, as I already stated, there are different tenants for SAP Fieldglass. So if your organization need Fieldglass system, SAP will give you Fieldglass system.
One second, Veer. I think your voice is getting break. Veer, there is an issue with your voice. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. He's just trying to rectify it. Yeah. So just Anand, to let your question in a more precise way, I can say like definitely Fieldglass is because it's very old technology, but after SAP has acquired that one, they have made a lot of changes. Previously, I guess it was an on-premise solution when we started back in 1999. So after
Yes.
that, SAP has made everything a cloud solution like Ariba. Even Ariba was also a very old solutioning, like 1998. Since 1998, Ariba was there in the market. But once SAP has taken it over, there is a lot of been changes made in SAP Ariba, and they made it this. And SAP Fieldglass is having a very seamless connectivity with the SAP ERP solutions. And ERP leader is SAP only, right? So there is a huge scope of SAP Fieldglass to get grow into in future. Yeah, are you back?
Yes, thanks for highlighting those things, Raj. Appreciate it. So, as stated, so the main thing what SAP does are updates in SAP Fieldglass. Every time they don't discourage us, they always encourage us to use SAP Fieldglass. Just wanted to highlight those things. Thanks, Raj, for highlighting those. Yep. So, I hope this was clear. Whoever, I guess Anant asked that question, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Most of
So
clients are field glass in abroad. What about in India? You see, in India, most
uh,
of the projects we are getting
it's
from
in
outside.
India also. Like I'll not reveal it, but we have most of the suppliers with Indian who are working currently uh, with organization and in projects. So yeah, in India also it will be boom. No worries, no like no doubt in that. It will always be boom in India as well in coming 3 to 4 years. So I am currently just to reveal few things. I am currently I'm handling projects. So in that we have suppliers with all over India as well. And SAP Fieldglass not only helps in IT industry, I'll just highlight this thing also. It also helps in mining industry. It also helps in oil and gas industry. It also helps in every side. Like for wherever there is a need of work, SAP Fieldglass can help. So it's not only related to IT. Okay. Any other questions in this modules? Both modules or CW module? Anything?
So where are you going to present some slide for integrations, like how field glass integrated with other applications?
Yes, definitely, definitely. In upcoming sessions, we are going to have a deep dive in configuration manager. That is your integration part as well. Hello. Am I?
Okay, got it. So you
Yeah.
don't have anything else today for like high level for integration?
Not today, but if you have any specific doubt, we can go ahead. Because integration is very like we say last part of this fieldglass. Because before integration you need to know what data is there in fieldglass and what data is traveling to other systems and how it is traveling.
So
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 there
so yeah, I
integration.
have one case. So I want to integrate my field glass with contract management in SAP Ariba.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So how this integration will happen with field glass? Is there any
Okay.
possibility?
Yeah. So there is a subscription model. So there are two, three modules which we can go. There are connector module, subscription module, okay, web services module. To know what data you are migrating or what data you are transferring from one system to another system. So there are three types like subscription model, as I said. There is also real-time module. Okay. So what you do if you are creating any SOW, it is approved. It directly flows in real time to Ariba system by web services. Okay. So need to know what data you need to transfer, how you need to for their subscription model as well. So if you are creating some cost centers and you need like this cost centers needs to be flown to Ariba, so we can set up in a subscription model basis. Like for like if you say in a day there might be a three runs like 12 p.m. 6 p.m. 12 a.m. In a similar way on a subscription model the connector file runs from Fieldglass, upload file runs from Fieldglass, and it uploads the data in SAP Ariba,
Hmm.
and it gets updated. And this integration part we can track in SAP Fieldglass itself. I'll show you,
Hmm.
well, not now, but in upcoming session, I'll show you very clearly how to log the data, how to log the errors, and like what data and where your is occurring, how to resolve that, and if you're using a connector, we'll upload the file. I'll show you how the file gets success, how the file get fails, what we can do if the file get fails, which file to use, when to use, and everything. Like if the file is
So
into
where
error, what
i-
sort of data we need to change.
hmm.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
yeah, so is there any middleware other than connector? Is there any middleware between integration? between Ariba and Fieldglass?
There might be CIG. That's why I'm telling. It depends on what is the requirement. There might be CIG middleware. There is no need. There might also be no need of CIG as well. So as I stated, we can, if it is possible by subscription method or web service or connector method or real time method, we'll obviously opt this first. If it is not possible to, we need, see, if why we go with CIG, I'll tell you. We need to have a data security for encryption and decryption. If that kind of data is there, so I'll tell you what usually happens in the organization. So SAP Fieldglass is connected with SAP Ariba via connectors and subscription model. So, and Ariba always handles some high security data that needs to be secure. So from Ariba system to ERP system, there is a CIG middleware where the data needs to be transferred in an encrypted way. So there comes part of CIG most probably. But anyway, we can directly connect SAP Fieldglass to ERP as well via CIG.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Before that, any other doubt in the CW module, or everyone got it, or
I think everyone has got it,
okay?
Veer. So
Sure.
we can proceed. I think
Thanks.
Seema has joined recent, means like 20 minutes before. Seema, if you are unable to follow, we'll be sharing the today's recording to you. And in between, you are having anything to ask, you can ask. Okay. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Thanks a lot.
No worries. Okay, we can proceed
Uh,
further, Veer.
Sure. So it's just an high level understanding what we discussed now, like in procurement, what happens, job posting creation, approval flow, and all, and also like PMO is nothing but program manager office who can act as an approver as well. Engaging is nothing but engaging a worker in a job posting or working somewhere. We can engage that, and we can see like what we can track them, we can track their time sheets, expense sheets, what work they are doing, everything. Pay is again like what buyer pays to supplier, MSP, or directly to the worker, depending on the configuration part. So this is all about CW module. So these are the two modules. One is SOW module, and these are the CW module. What which we discuss everything about it on a high level basis. So anyone can suggest like what is profile worker module, or any idea, or anyone can tell like maybe it may be wrong or right, that doesn't matter, but anyone can have some glance at what can be the PW model. So we have both the models, CW model, service model, which are used in everywhere now, everywhere in the organization. But what is PW model? That is profile worker module. Anyone maybe it may be wrong, or what will be the third module? Any guesses? Anyone can answer here. Maybe it may be wrong. Don't be like just silent.
I think nobody is having any idea on that one.
No, but I just want anyone can guess what can be PW model or profile worker module. If not, I'm going to present it. Nothing like we are not going to proceed, but just wanted to know anyone have some eager to show what can be PW model or profile worker module.
I think Anant is from Success Factors. So Anant, can you just type in the chat window if at all you are having any idea on that one? Otherwise, we can proceed. Yeah.
So just to highlight, we have contingent worker, external workforce, or we hire someone on temporary basis, we hire someone on permanent basis. So what is the third type? Which organization? And I'll just give you a hint. Every organization have these profile workers. Maybe any company have this profile workers. And
So I think it's a non-sourced worker, like
Mhm.
so they can like they can hire those worker directly without sourcing process, right?
Mm, a
Something
bit
like that.
correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're going on a correct path. Correct path. Correct path. So just an upper hand on that. Anyone? Any reply from Anant? Just waiting for someone who can reply or give upper hand one. Uh,
No, no, no reply we
uh,
can proceed.
okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. I'll tell you what is profile worker. So everybody works in an organization. Okay, so there are two types of modules: CW, which is temporary, which are hired on contract basis; SOW, which are permanent, on which are hired on service procurement or permanent workers. So what are profile workers then, and why every organization need this? So profile workers are those workers which are there in the system but are not assigned to any projects. Okay, so best example, I'll move this further and I'll let you know what the slide says. Designed to, these are just for tracking purpose and not directly tied to the transactional process. So there is no assignment of this workers to projects or anything. They do not have any timesheets, or they are just for non-transactional external workers. So best example what I can give for this profile workers are the cleaners in the organization who like who take care of the organization, like cleaners or the gardeners. So they are not assigned to any projects. They are not engaged with any clients. Nothing. They are just within the organization. Okay, so these are known as the profile worker. They do not need to have any timesheets, invoicing, and all. So they are kept in the organization to do these things on a what we say headcount purpose. So anyhow, take any organization, they have cleaners in that organization, and the organization also counts them. They are part of the organization, but they are not engaged to any projects, or they are not assigned to any other work apart from this within the organization. They are not assigned to any other work beyond this organization. So cleaners can only do the jobs within the organization. So they are kept only for tracking and they are known as non-transactional external workers. So if you we can create the profile workers as well. Best example is if you hire someone for for cleaners or few profile worker, we can create their profile in SAP Fieldglass. Okay, we can create for an organization, of course. We can create their profile, we can track them, we can uh, we can what we say again, yeah, we can track them, but we are not sending their data to anyone. Okay, this information of profile worker never goes out within the or beyond the organization. No, if you have, I'm not sure whether you have gone through SF Fieldglass or not, but they are not, this data is not flown outside the Fieldglass tenant for the specific organization. The only purpose is this to have a head count and do their job within the organizations. You see what is the purpose. The profile worker module used to track external worker who aren't directly tied to the transactional activities with the clients or anything with job postings or work order or SOWs, anything. They're not tied up with any client activities and all. Okay, these are only kept for head count. We can have a reporting part, like when they log in, when they log out, but with this all thing is done within the organization. There is no involvement of any other organization or any other client for this PW model. So you might not hear this PW model very much, but every organization have this PW model. Of course, these are non-transactional, so transactions are not shown to any client or any other organization for within the organization. Anything you want to add up
So,
or ask for
so
PW model
do
here?
you have like a diagram of PW,
No.
like
So
in terms of
as I
C?
said, PW is not integrated to anything. So
Hmm.
these all will be done within the SAP Fieldglass only. If you insist, I can just say so. If you see CW model, there will be the creating of job posting and all. So we
Hmm.
required procure, engage, and pay. Similarly, CW, if you see, we need the creation of SOW first in procure, engage, and pay. Okay, but in PW we do not require anything. We can directly go, and I'll show you the system as well in upcoming sessions how we can create. It's the simplest way to create the profile worker model. There are not many questions, not very fields to submit. We can just create it directly.
Okay.
Like there is no worker registration as well in PW model. Directly we can so these are also two type. A supplier can create it or buyer can create it. So depend on the config again, requirement and configuration. So whoever, if supplier has the access to create it, they just need to create a profile worker, and they just need to fill few details like what is the name, what is the time, and everything. I'll show you in the system how we can do it in upcoming sessions, and
So
we can.
so we are you going to like show us in system today like a CW and
So in system we are
SOW
going to track
cycle
it in upcoming sessions. Yeah.
or not today? Okay.
Not today, so it's already time up. So not today, but definitely we are going to see whatever we discussed today. Everything we are going to do a demo sessions. You can do it. I'll show you how to do it, how to configure, what to see, and where to do
So
it.
I think
Everything will be covered.
it would be a better if like we
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least had a demonstration for SOW and CW like a whole
yeah,
cycle how it's
yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah. That is for sure under demo session. That is for sure. We'll do it in upcoming sessions. So as you know, this is the functional. So any changes you need to do, you need to do it in system. For that, I am also very sure. Like you would require system, I would require system, and it would be much easier and much more understandable if you have system in hand. But we are going to definitely do it in the system.
So,
Everything,
so
everything.
are this training going to be like theoretical or totally on
No, no, no,
hands?
no, 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 not theoretical. So today was just an overview session. So it was presented on PPT, and that also you can see it was not like I have not given much information. Whatever is needed to know to overview of as a field glass, what it is, what are the modules. I have given that much only. Most of the things will be on practical sessions only. So that is more engageable and understandable. I also understand that. Like field glass, if you have handy, you will be more. What you say, you'll be more close to understand as a field glass, or
Hmm.
that will be taken care of.
Yeah, just to highlight here away. So once everything is go well and uh, participants are got registered, so we'll be providing the tenant access to every one of you, so that whichever is being taught or whichever is being configured in the sessions, upcoming sessions, you can do the practice on your own tenant as well. Okay, so that will be there. Yeah, so I can say relatively 60 to 70% is going to be practically shown on the system itself. Whenever it is necessary, the theoretical aspects will be cleared accordingly. Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Raj, for covering that. Yeah, and I assured you, you will enjoy the practical sessions for SAP Fieldglass, because I know what you can do and what you will do in system. I know there might be lot of errors and questions, but you'll enjoy exploring SAP Fieldglass practically. That is for sure.
Sure, sure, guys. So when you guys will start this session, like
Yeah, for that, Sana is going to get in touch with you. So
mhm.
most probably the full-fledged sessions will be starting from next weekend onwards. Yeah. So anyway, Sana is going to give you the brief on that one, how the things are going to be go forward. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
I think we have finished.
Yes.
Veer.
So just one thing I want to highlight for everyone, just for 1 minute, everyone just confirm you have understood what I have taught today. Like just like a feedback, not a feedback, but you can suggest like what you understood, what you didn't understood, or like anything. If you didn't understood, you can highlight as that as well.
So where my feedback is, I what you have just explained, theoretical functional things, it's
Okay.
amazing. I really like it. But I was expecting to have the demonstration in system for
Hmm.
this cycle. So
Yeah,
this
no,
is
no.
my
Noted,
feedback.
noted, noted, Aviz. I know like field glass is very like you need practical sessions and I'm already aware of it. But I ensure you like you'll always have fun and you'll get the access and you can go in the system and do anything and I'll show you like mm, we'll have the practical sessions as well.
And also I was expecting to have something like a slide for integration as well, like
Mm.
how field
So we
yeah.
have it. It's not we do not, but in intro will not. So I know like always you are much keen to know about integration, but my point was is to just start with the basics, and then move on to the integration part. Yeah,
Sure.
but noted. Always noted. I'll have
No,
it.
no, no. You just ask feedback. So
No,
this is.
no, no, no. I see. I'm always open to have few feedbacks, whether it is positive, negative. I like it's just to have sessions more interactive. My point is only you should understand everything what is there in SAP Fieldglass.
Mhm. No,
Yeah, going
that's good. Thank you, Veer.
for sure, Avis, going forward we'll be having the everything practically hands-on, not only by the mentor like by Veer, but also you'll be getting the system access to do the practice on your own and come up with the queries. Yeah, so whole configuration we expecting you guys to do on your own after learning after learning from the sessions conceptually, whichever the part is been completed in each session. So that is our expectations. Yeah.
Thanks, always for feedback. Anyone else, or I should call by name now, Anant or
Yeah, so Anant is asking
Yarlagadda
some more
or
questions.
Seema. Oh,
Yeah.
let me check the chat. Sorry, Anant, I didn't get to see the chats. Let me open chats now. Sorry, Anant, for that.
No,
Okay, I
this
need
most
to
of the
stop
questions will
this
be
sharing first. Okay.
answered. Thank you, Anand, for your feedback. The session was good. And the
We,
Just
I have one question.
yeah, Seema.
Down, yeah, down the line, do you have any plans to cover field glass somewhere integration with SAP Business Network as well?
SAP business. So we'll be covering integration parts as already
Mhm.
stated. Like I'm not sure. Like, okay, I'll cover it again. So I'll be covering integration parts like what connectors are we using, how we are using, and how the data is flown from from Fieldglass system to other system. How we can monitor those integration. Everything in Fieldglass will be covering under integration part, so that will be
Mhm.
already covered in a session. Upcoming sessions we'll plan it accordingly. So I already have a few things, but we'll go it via session to session. But yeah, definitely we'll be covering, but we'll like everything what is integrated from Fieldglass to other system, but only limited to Fieldglass. Okay, so
Okay.
because our tenant
So the field
which
glass
we
would be primary. Rest
yes,
all would
Fieldglass
be
is
part of
primary.
integration that would help to connect with
That
other
would
system.
help. Correct.
Yeah, got
Yes,
it.
definitely.
I got to join this somewhere at the last, so I'll go through the recording in case I have any questions. I'll definitely get back to you.
No worries, Seema.
Probably in the
Really
next
appreciate it.
next questions, I mean next sessions, I can come up with the questions if I have any.
Yeah, you can.
no, even
Definitely.
like
Thank you so
Seema, if at all after going through the sessions, if at all like
much.
during the weekdays, if you feel like you want to get connected, or any one of you want to get connected with Veer, uh, before this next coming session also, we can put a conference call reasonably after his working timings, most probably after 7:30 p.m. IST.
Okay,
Is that
got it.
fine, Veer?
Thank you.
Like taking a 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes call,
Yeah,
maximum, right? Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Before enrolling, we really want you guys to be very comfortable, understand what exactly the deliverables you'll be getting on, and make sure everything get comfortable. Then only make the registration going ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
thank
we
you.
cooperate on that one. This one, and not only in this one, whatever the things, whichever the things we are committing over here in the session, you will be delivered more than that, and that is my assurance to you all. Yeah. And we are very committed, and since we are into the training since more than 14 years, and we have successfully completed trainings in the past also in Ariba, and also in Ariba we have completed almost uh, we have trained more than 6,000 over professionals in Ariba. We have the record for that. So in all the SAP modules also. So we are very committed to deliver the contents in a very better way. The goal of this training is like after finishing this training, either you want to get into the SAP Fieldglass career. So it would be very easy for you to attend any sort of interviews, and even if you are onboarded on any project, you should do your work seamlessly without minimal help kind of things. Yeah, because to help in Fieldglass, very few resources are available in the market, because the major challenge is like you can't get Fieldglass access openly. Yeah, it's a very restricted access, very few
And
people
training
directly.
as well. Just to add up with Eraj, you won't get SAP training on anywhere. Like you go and see YouTube or XYZ site, you won't get that detailed information about SAP Fieldglass there.
Yes, yes, sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was very nice session, Veer. I really appreciate your patience and your knowledge sharing here. So there are a lot of people today was missing actually. There's supposed to be more than 8 to 10 more participants. So I have connected with them. So they are relying on um, the recordings only. Yeah, no, there are
No,
no
no.
freshers actually. Anand, to answer your questions, we usually not taking any fresh college graduates here, because SAP, there are a lot of inquiries for freshers also who wants to join our courses. But SAP is the thing like they are only for experienced participants. Minimum 3 years of experience you need to show in SAP Fieldglass, right? Then only your resume is going to be picked up. Otherwise, freshers will not understand. They'll not be having a capability to understand the business, because SAP is a business-driven ERP solution, right? So that would be very difficult to explain any fresher the conceptual things over here. Then very difficult. So we don't entertain majorly the freshers. If at all, some of the freshers in the sense like who are uh, on F1 visa, like who are US, they have done masters from any of the US university, and they'll be having a broader exposure to the domain experience as well. So for them, we are open for. Otherwise, people coming from BTech background or MBA background or any other HR background freshly, so it would be very difficult for them to opt for this course. We don't recommend them this. Yeah. Is there anything else, guys? All right then. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, guys. I really appreciate every one of you here, and thank you so much, Veer, for your time and your efforts. Appreciate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
And
Thank
just
you.
remember, questions are always welcome. So
Yeah, yeah. Right. Thank you.
thanks. Thanks everyone. Bye.